The power of walking alone. Thomas Shelby. How many people do you really need around you to feel safe? 2, 5, 10? Maybe you think a team brings success, that greatness comes from being surrounded by others. But have you ever tried walking alone, working quietly, staying focused, moving toward your goals without anyone watching? That's when you begin to understand something powerful, the strength that comes from solitude. Everyone talks about wanting power, respect, and success. They dream of the throne, of being admired. But when silence falls and the room empties, most men break. Because true greatness demands a price few are willing to pay: loneliness. Power requires distance. You cannot carry everyone with you, and you cannot explain every choice you make. If you try to please everyone, you stay small. But when you choose to walk alone, you begin to see the truth. You don't need praise. You don't need understanding. What you need is control, and control always comes at a cost. It means quiet nights, missed calls, and learning to be your own company. That's the price of leadership. The man who walks alone pays today in solitude, so that tomorrow he can stand where no one else can reach. A man surrounded by noise grows weak. The crowd talks, he listens. They move, he follows. They laugh, he joins. Soon, he becomes just another face in the crowd, ordinary, replaceable. But solitude is different. Solitude is a furnace. When you're alone, you're forced to face yourself. You hear your thoughts clearly, without distractions or voices to drown them out. That's where clarity is born. That's where discipline grows. You start rising before dawn because no one else will do it for you. You train your mind because no one else will think for you. You become sharper, colder, and unshakable. I learned this long ago. When you're alone, you adapt or you fall. In that silence, in that pressure, you find strength that no crowd can give. Alone, you become steel. Alone, you become dangerous. That is the gift of solitude. It forges men into weapons. Most people cling to the crowd because it feels safe. They laugh together, waste time together, fail together. They tell themselves that belonging makes them strong. But the truth is, the crowd is a cage. It doesn't protect you, it traps you. It keeps you average. You begin to copy their habits, chase their dreams, and live by their limits. You trade your vision for their approval, and the longer you stay, the more invisible you become. But when a man steps away from the crowd, he becomes rare. And rare men are not liked, they're feared. The crowd will mock you, call you arrogant, say you've lost your way. But that's the sign that you're finally breaking free. No empire was ever built from the comfort of the crowd. Every path to greatness is walked alone, through silence and resistance. When you stop showing up for everyone, when you stop explaining yourself, the truth appears. Friends who vanish were never friends. Family who mocks your silence never wanted you to rise. Distance is the filter that reveals who's real and who is only there for comfort. The fewer voices you have around you, the clearer your own becomes. Distance doesn't make you weak, it makes you free. And freedom is the first step toward real power. Walking alone will test you. The silence will feel heavy. The loneliness will hurt. Most men can't bear it. They run back to the noise. But if you endure it, that pain becomes your forge. Loneliness, betrayal, and loss harden you. They strip away weakness and leave only steel. Every scar becomes proof that the fire didn't burn you, it shaped you. Pain is not your enemy. Pain is your blacksmith. If you let it shape you, you become unbreakable. A man who needs nothing cannot be controlled. That's true power. The world tries to control men through their desires, for comfort, attention, or approval. They tempt you with rewards, then threaten to take them away. But when you walk alone, when you build without begging, nothing can touch you. You become untouchable because you've already mastered loneliness. That's what terrifies them. I've faced powerful men who tried to pull my strings, but they failed because I wasn't tied to anything they could offer. That's independence, not requested, not demanded, but earned through self-reliance. Walking alone doesn't mean you'll always be alone. It means you're strong enough not to need anyone. Weak men look for company. Strong men prove they can walk without it. And when you master solitude, the right people find you. Not those who laugh at your silence or leave when you grow, but the few who respect your discipline. Those rare allies are worth more than 100 followers. Empires are not built by men who stay comfortable in crowds. They're built by men who dare to step away, mocked and doubted, but determined. Every legend begins with silence. The crowd won't understand your vision or your sacrifices. They'll laugh while you struggle in the dark. But one day, when your work stands tall and your name carries weight, they'll realize what you were doing all along. The lonely path is the path to power. The steps you take in silence today will become the trail others follow tomorrow. Walking alone is not the end. It's the beginning of everything. That is the price of greatness. That is how legends are made. So ask yourself, will you keep hiding in the comfort of the crowd, or will you step into the silence, face the solitude, and claim the strength that only walking alone can give? Because once you do, you won't just be another man. You'll be something else entirely. You'll be a legend.